Lights, camera, action.
Hey, welcome back to the Requel podcast special on the Requel Report. It's me, Tyler, bringing at you another great pitch for this month. We thought we'd do two because we kind of didn't do one last month. And this one is actually inspired by a conversation we had last month on the specials, and it was about Power Rangers. Power Rangers, yes. You know, quick history, I love Power Rangers. I hope you'll check out the episode with me and Anthony Desiato. And we talked about, one thing we hit on was how good, in a lot of aspects, the 2017 Power Rangers reboot was, but also where it fell. The film did a lot with, the history of Zordon, the Zeo Crystal, Rita, even dinosaurs, bringing in why the dinosaurs and everything. So I wanted to keep some of that intact in a way, but what I found would be a very interesting way to reboot is to do the Legacy sequel. That's right. Power Rangers 1995, the film, was out of continuity. That film was not in continuity with the show. It was produced by the Americans, and it's its own continuity. It loosely ties in with the TV show, and then the TV show found a way in their own universe to reboot to match what the film did with the new Zord. So my thought was, why not make a sequel to that film? So that's my pitch. Ready? Now, I will be using concepts and stuff that I thought were properly explored in the other films, but here we go. After defeating Ivan Ooze, Rita, and Zed, the Rangers retire. They turn in their power coins, and the fortress, the command center, shut down. But Billy stayed close, as everyone else grew, paying tribute to the fact that Billy stayed on with Zeo and everything, even though he wasn't a Ranger. Billy became a college professor at the local community college. Years go by, and a new threat arrives, Zoltar, the brother of Zordon. He has been trapped in hypersleep and has broken free, thinking that his brother, with his Rangers, are the dominant power who are controlling the world. He heads to Earth, because the last thing Zoltar knew that Zordon was going to Earth. Now, Zordon and Zoltar were brothers who both wanted to help the galaxy, but Zoltar was a little bit more, how shall we say it, far-fetched. He helped, yes, imprison Ivan Ooze. He helped imprison Rita. He was one of the Rangers with his brother Zordon. But he left earlier and went on his own because him and Zordon didn't see eye to eye. But they weren't at war with each other. Upon returning to Earth and seeing that Zordon didn't take over the planet, didn't use its resources to help Eltar, didn't use the Zeo Crystal that was there on Earth to make himself stronger, Zoltar decides that he will do it. He will take this mission upon himself. Zordon, who's trapped in his interdimensional time chamber, has to call upon Billy for help. Billy, not able to fight Zoltar on his own, is defeated and has to find 4 more replacement Rangers. Billy, who looks through some of his college students, he finds Austin, the Red Ranger, Amy, the Pink Ranger. Where got those names? The Black Ranger, Zach, and the Yellow Ranger, Tanya. I thought we could honor all the original Rangers. I know that the original Yellow Ranger, I would love to honor her more, which I think will be the character's last name. But to be honestly, I don't know how to pronounce her first name correctly, and I don't want to butcher it. Never speak ill of the dead. But the idea is to pay tribute, because this is, once again, outside of the TV show realm. So anything that's happened on TV does not exist. The new team form. Billy is their leader. He guides the team. He helps the team. There is no 6th Ranger yet. They do not have anyone to replace the White Ranger. So that is something. During their first battle, about 3/4 of the way into the film, Billy is taken down by Zoltar. And Austin, now picking up the mantle as the leader, finds a quick replacement by another student to be the Blue Ranger. That character, David, is kind of, I don't want to say a troublemaker, but he's someone that is not a bad kid, but Austin and him don't see eye to eye, and they just can't seem to the rhythm to be friends. But he sees the good in him, and David sees the good in Austin, even though he doesn't quite click. Because one thing I loved in the 2017 reboot was I liked the dynamic of these people being friends, forced together friends. They weren't besties. They had things to overcome. And as much as I don't want to go that serious and dark, I do think that was a great way to approach that film. For issues with that film, please see our previous Power Rangers discussion. The Rangers battle Zoltar, and with the help of knowledge from Zordon, they are able to imprison Zoltar in a way similar to Ivan Ooze in a hyper-type sleep chamber, and it is a burden that falls heavy on Zordon. But with Zoltar and the reactivation of the Rangers, it does awaken a great darkness in space. The film ends with the Rangers as a new team ready to take on any threat that's coming, because they find out that Zoltar did alert that Earth was open and ready for the taking to anyone in the galaxy. So that's my quick pitch. The sequel would then pick up with, a new threat arriving, more of your standard Rangers, isms, and we would, be able to open up new villains, new stories, and of course the quest for the White Ranger. I think it'd be fun too to kind of mix it up a little. Probably do a female White Ranger. So it'd be fun. But yeah, I think a female White Ranger would be great. We could even do the Yellow Ranger as a man. It doesn't matter. That's how it was in Japan. But that's my quick pitch for a Power Rangers Legacy sequel. And then in the sequel film, because I mean, of course, to make it work, I would love to have David Yost be Billy. That's part of the crux. If he couldn't, I would try. Honestly, anyone we could figure out from the original cast, other than Tommy. I think Tommy's been used way too much. Jason David Frank, you're great. Blessings. But I think it'd be awesome to pay tribute to some of the other Rangers, and we could find a way to tweak the script, the story, and everything to bring them back around. Could be Rocky, could be Adam, could be, Kimberly. Heck, we could even have fun, and it could be Jason, because we could find a way to make it work, okay? All I'm saying is to pay tribute to the original Rangers and spin off from the 95 film. And then the sequel would be, we'd have someone else show up from. Yes, is it similar to Star Wars The Force Awakens? Yes, because The Force Awakens is probably the template of the greatest Legacy sequel, Requel. The Force Awakens and Jurassic World are. Look at Scream 2022. It was The Force Awakens. Just saying. But that's my Power Ranger pitch. May the power protect you.